Well, we're out here again. I was fortunate enough to score another pontoon. It's a 2018 Lowe 212 SF. I believe it's a 21 footer. It's got the unique seating arrangement that's gotten to be very popular. It's got the two benches in the front. I'll show you here. And then it's got the couch, the L-shaped couch, and captain's chair, driver's chair. And then it's got the two casting chairs at the back in case y'all want to do some fishing. With the live well, of course, underneath the compartment there. So it lends itself well to a couple of different, cruising and fishing. It's got the enclosure that pops up underneath there if you want to, they call it a changing room enclosure. It's kind of a neat thing on a cool day or something like that, especially if you want to put a porta potty in it, but really it folds up pretty tightly, so changing room is probably the optimal thing to do with it. But anyhow, we're going to go back here. I'll show you the motor running. This thing, I have to look to see. It runs so smooth and so quiet. Shooting a good strong stream of water. This thing runs so smooth and so quiet that I literally cannot hear it running. I have to, when I was taking it off the trailer, I had to literally get back there to make sure it was running before I tried to pull it off. These Lowe's, I don't know, I'm not as familiar with the Lowe brand. I don't get as many of them. There's not as many dealers around our area, and so I don't get as many of them, but they are a very plush boat. I did a Ranger pontoon test here, which I'm going to be putting online also, and it's really no plusher than this is. I'm very impressed with these boats. This 115 Pro XS Mercury 4-stroke motor is a good running motor on this thing. I GPS'd it at 28 miles an hour. Looked like it was tacking a little more than it should, so if you wanted to go faster, you probably could change props, but these things run so good just the way they are, and you're not out racing the pontoon anyhow, although they do make something you can get with 300 horsepower and stuff. For the most part, you're supposed to these are made for just enjoying cruising with the family and doing a little fishing and just basically having you a mobile island. But anyhow, I'm going to take a quick spin in this thing. We'll show you how it runs. It's got a cool feature with this tilt wheel. You can literally stand up behind it like a helm of a ship. So it's fun to drive that way. I'll probably have to sit down to start with because once you give it the gas, it sets you back a little bit. But here we go. I'll show you it idling, by the way. This thing runs so smooth. I think I found the sweet spot for it, so I don't think we'll have any torque on the steering wheel or anything. I can sit up and out here cruising around for a while. Here we go. We are up and running. I mean, and fast. This thing could great for pulling a tube, and I believe it would pull a skier. Especially, I'm pretty confident to say that on at least someone with two skis for sure. But it's got a lot of low end. Get up and go. Let's stand up. The wind's gonna always, as always, it's kind of an issue. Buffeting and everything, but that way you can see it running under power and get a better idea for just how these things perform. So here we go, and I apologize for the wind before it happens here. Right here by the power plant. That's where the most protected area is. We've had a lot of wind this year, almost zero rain, but a lot of wind. So it's been a little bit difficult to find the time that I can take these things out since I'm by myself, as I've expressed before. And one more quick punch and then I'll wrap this thing up. Anyhow, that should conclude the lake demo. Thank y'all for watching. Well, just finished the test drive. Everything went great, ran great. Couldn't be happier with the way it performed. Now I'll do a quick walk around, and I'm doing it here at the boat ramp, as I've said before, because it's just a little kind of fun to do it at the boat ramp, since you get to see the lake and everything. I don't know, it just beats doing it in a parking lot in the shop. Anyhow, this thing's super clean. Pontoons are clean, not all dented up. The fencing enclosure, no dents. Just a really clean boat. Of course, there's that 115 4-stroke Pro XS. You can tell there's not many hours on this thing because there's no mineral buildup or anything. Oh, and by the way, it had, if I remember correctly, 44 hours. It might have 45 now since I've been out here a while, but. And by the way, there is the optional ski tow. Really a clean boat. I couldn't, like I said prior to this, a few minutes ago, I couldn't be happier with the way it ran. It really, 28 miles an hour, and it got there in a heartbeat. I spent quite a bit of time showing the interior on the test drive, so I will keep this walk around short. We won't go over that again, but it's really, as pontoons go, this is about as neat a pontoon, 20-foot pontoon, as you'll come across. Anyhow, thank y'all for watching. I'll do my best to combine these two videos, and we'll hopefully it'll all come out and you can just go to one spot and watch them both. Thanks again.